Hey guys, Jared here, and today I want to talk about something very cool. I'd like to introduce you guys to a company that you may not know about, and since we got a lot of collectors and hardcore gamers, and a lot of gamers that really like physical copies of their games here on the channel, and so I thought it'd be maybe interesting for some of you guys to know, excuse me, that there's a company called Limited Run Games that makes physical copies of digital releases. Now, I've shown a few of these things in the last pickups video that I did for the month of April, where I talked about this bad boy right here, which was Oddworld New and Tasty. But I thought today I would go over their entire collection of games that these guys have released and a little bit about the company. So I've written down some facts here. So basically, it all started with Mighty Rabbit Studios. They released a game called Breach and Clear. It was originally released, I think it was on mobile, then it went to PC, and eventually it came over to the PlayStation Network. And these guys opened up a subsidiary called Limited Run Games with one goal. They simply wanted to take their digital releases and put them on a physical copy. Why did they want to do this? Well, they're saying it's basically for long-term, think of it like museuming games. They really wanted to make sure that when the aliens land and the robots land and destroy all our servers, that there will be physical versions of certain games that were never released physically. Very interesting. They have a lot of different examples. I've mentioned in the past about the PSP, the fact that now you have to do all these runarounds in order to get digital releases onto the platform. There's PlayStation Mobile games, which if they've been removed from your memory card, can no longer be put back at all. There are a wide assortment of games that you can no longer be purchased due to licensing. So for example, a lot of the Marvel games, you can no longer purchase those. If you did buy them, awesome, good for you, you'll always be able to download those theoretically. But what if I wanted to go right now and buy like Marvel vs. Capcom online, or one of those? I have no means. Piracy is the only means I have left of actually experiencing the HD version of those games. That's one example, okay? But there are a lot of different examples like that. There's also the fact that no one knows what the future holds. Absolutely nobody. Will these games be made available always? Most likely. And Limited Run Games, they acknowledge that. They're like, look, the convenience, the fact that, yeah, they should be available forever, it's all great, but their goal was basically to say, you know what, damn it, we want to have something tangible so that, you know, for posterity's sake, like something for the future that they could actually hold on to so that their games wouldn't be lost forever. So it all started with this bad boy right here, Breach and Clear. And if I flip it around, you'll notice that in that corner at the bottom here, let's do it like this, at that right there in the bottom, it says Limited Run number 1. This was their very first game that they released on physical copy or physical edition for the PlayStation Vita. Now, originally, these guys were like, okay, we're going to do this for Sony hardware. So you're going to get PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 4 games. All their games come with stuff like this, where you'll get like a little like postcard type thing, and you'll get like a little sticker. Now, going back to this game, they originally put this on their website, limitedrungames.com, on October 29th, 2015, and it sold out within an hour or so. This bad boy is really interesting because there were only 1,500 copies made, making this officially in North America the rarest PlayStation Vita game. There's only 1,500 copies. It is a real game. This was manufactured by Sony at their plants and then mailed out to, what are they called? Mighty Rabbit Studios, and that's where they divvy it all up and they mail it out to the rest of the world. It has a UPC on it. You can see right there. It's got, on the spine, it actually has a code So it's the real deal. This is not fake. This is a real, legitimate game. It is not, it does not have the ESRB logo or anything like that on it, but it is indeed an officially licensed PlayStation Vita game. And so that was the first one that they released. And shortly after that, that was in October, on October 29th, 2015, and then this year, January 29th, they released two games. They released, well, two games. One game, but for two platforms. This right here, Saturday Morning RPG, and if you look at the back, again, it's going to say Limited Run number 2, this one. And then they had Saturday Morning RPG on the PlayStation Vita, and yet again, number 3. And now for these two particular games, there were 1,980 copies made of this one, and there were 2,500 copies made of this one. Therefore, making this one of, it's not, I don't think it's the rarest. I think the rarest goes to Retro City Rampage, but I might be wrong. Retro City Rampage may be 2,000 copies. I'm not sure, but I think it was 1,500 as well, but whatever the case may be. 1,980 copies were made of this, making it, again, one of the rarest games you can buy on the PlayStation 4 right now. What I love about limited run games is they always do these cute little things for fans. So if you continue to buy their games, don't be surprised that one day you open up your package, you may have a game, you could have some other oddity, maybe an exclusive gold sticker, like one of these, but gold. Those are very rare because they don't really hand them out much. All kinds of different things, and I really like that with this particular company, and I like what they're trying to do. It's something different. Okay, so that was January 29th. Then on April 25th, they released the ones I already showed you guys, which was Oddworld New and Tasty. This particular one, as you can see right there, it's number 4. There were 5,000 copies made of this particular one, and it sold out insanely fast. I almost didn't get a chance to purchase this one. It was like 15 minutes or something, and they were gone. And then they released Limited Run number 5, which is the exact same game but on the PlayStation Vita, and this one has 2,500 copies. And this is one of the only companies that I'm actually collecting games for, because I really like this. It's a really unique concept, and I own all of these digitally, which is funny. Some of them I got as gifts, some of them whatever, not necessarily on PlayStation 4 in all cases, but still. So I'm actually collecting this set for limited run games because I think it's really interesting. It's a really unique pitch they've got. Anyway, the last game that they just released was on May 9th, and you guys are going to see it in the Lucky Few pickups video for May 2016, and that is Future Idiom. And here it is. Dun dun dun! And if I were to flip this one around, it's limited run number 6. Now, what's interesting here is that Mighty, what the heck are they all? Mighty Rabbit, that's it. Mighty Rabbit Studios made these games. Okay, these first 3 they made themselves. But so far, everything else, Oddworld and Future Idiom, they didn't make. So they're now working with other publishers, other developers to try and get digital releases made physically in limited batches. So anyways, here's the last one, which is Future Idiom on the PlayStation Vita, and yeah, it's number 7. So I just thought you guys would be interested in something like this. I thought this was really cool. I really think it's cool that what these guys do. Their next game has been announced. And oh, I didn't mention, for this particular release, there are 2,000 and 2,000 made. Some known issue that happens a lot when you get games shipped to you. I don't know if you can hear this. The disc inside is loose. That is nothing to do with limited run games. It's got to do with shipping. And that happens a lot. If you buy your games from Amazon.com and stuff like that, I'm sure I've experienced it quite a bit. It's just when the discs get rattled as they're sent, because Limited Run Games does not actually manufacture anything, as I've said. They just fill in an allotment with Sony, who goes ahead and makes all of these discs. So basically, Uncharted 4 was manufactured in the exact same plant, most likely, where this was manufactured. But I thought I would mention it because it does, you know, for collectors it can be a little bit annoying to have a loose disc, but c'est la vie. So anyways, the next game that they're releasing is Zeo Drifter, and it's coming out sometime in June. I believe it's on both the Vita and the PlayStation 4. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. And then they're going to announce their next release, most likely for July, August, something like that, in June. So a lot of stuff is going to be happening. They also sometimes put out official soundtracks, like for future Idiom, I think it's June 3rd or something like that. They're going to have that bad boy up, and there's only 600 copies ever made. So if you want a physical copy of the soundtrack, you can go ahead and purchase it. And it's really cheap. I didn't mention that. These games aren't 60 bucks. They're not 100 bucks. They're like $20, $30 tops. All of them. Like this. Like a PS4 game, you know, which is good. I like that. They're not charging, you know, oh, just because it's physical, we're going to charge you $59.99. No, they actually have the prices quite affordable. Like, I believe this one was $24.99 or $29.99, something like that. And typically the Vita games are like $5 to $10 cheaper. So it's really good. It's a really, really cool thing that they got going for collectors if you're into this sort of stuff. So I know a lot of you guys are into this sort of stuff, so I figured, what the hell, it might be kind of cool to introduce you to limited run games. What else do we have? There are a couple of really interesting companies that they would love to work with. They actually wanted to bring out the new Fatal Frame as part of limited run. How cool would that have been? Whether or not that actually happens, who knows, but considering how small the runs are. You know, like, I mean, their largest one to date has been this, with 5,000 copies made. If they were to do Fatal Frame, I would expect it to probably be like 10 to 15,000 copies, and it would sell out instantly. I can guarantee you it would sell out instantly. So that's it, guys. I just want to do a little video talking a little bit about limited run games, introduce you to them if you don't know who they are, and then just show you my little collection I got going right now. I'm very, very happy with this particular collection. It's pretty much the only collection I have right now of video games, because I do a cross between digital and physical on all of my different platforms, but this is one company where I really like what they're trying to do, and they throw in goodies and all this sort of stuff, and the games are completely affordable, so it's not like there's any price gouging or anything like that, and I really like that. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care, everyone.